center, 7-foot, number 40, BKE.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table. This season has been full of surprises, Greg. What's surprising you most about the NBA right now?
Kevin, the game evolves constantly. I mean, the increased speed of the league, a lot more scoring. If your eyes aren't glued to the action, you might miss it.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. In the backcourt, it's the veteran Paul paired with Castle, and it's Biyombo at the 5. Pass to Barnes, a 3-ball. It's hauled in by Zubac. Here's the Clippers. Harden left side. Now here's Powell. Offensive rebound. Zubac. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, a bit ago, Tyronn Lue and I were able to chat. Now he's worried Chris Paul will take over the game, saying he's mentally beyond where most players have ever been. His ability to read the floor, make decisions, work the refs, call out teammates. He checks every box when it comes to leadership. Back to you.
Thanks, David. Pass to Castle. And here's Barnes for 3. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Jones, no one around him. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Castle. Shoots over Zubac. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Castle has some of the best body control you'll see in this rookie class.
Now Zubac shoots over Biyombo. And good from Zubac with a sweet move.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
Here, how about the stats for Zubac? He's putting up about 14 points a night, 14 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
Yeah, look, he is truly the kind of player you build everything around. Your plays, your lineups, it's all about setting this guy up for success.
That's good from Barnes. And what a new era for the Clippers, Greg, playing here in their own arena, the Intuit Dome.
Yeah, no more sharing, right? No more covering up Laker banners. It feels like the Clippers are on their own 2 feet now. This was the goal for the ownership group, and they made it happen.
And the Spurs winning the 2023 lottery, Stan, adding the terrific Victor Wembanyama. A franchise changer, it appears.
Yeah, Kevin, the hardest thing, and you need a lot of luck to do it, is to get that guy. The guy you can build everything around. There aren't enough of them to go around. Victor Wembanyama is a guy you can build a championship franchise around, multi-skilled at his size. This guy's going to be a fixture in this league for a long time.
Barnes outside, pass to Castle. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That is his first foul of the game. San Antonio making a switch here. Wesley's checked in.
Spurs substitution. Number 14, Blake Wesley.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. A three from Barnes. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 4th rebound in this one. Harden kicks to Dunn. Powell, the pass to Zubac. Back to Powell. 5 on the clock. There's the three. Tries again, and it's Zubac laying it in. Zubac has got 6 points.
Yeah, that's a nice hustle play, but boy, it drives a coach crazy to concede second chance points.
And that one's good, Barnes.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Here's Zubac. Biombo with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
Here's Powell. Playing Dallas, he was nearly unstoppable. Shoots over Vassell.
That's a great contest by Vassell. He's got the tools to be a very good defender.
Spurs passing it around. Here's Biombo. Pass to Castle. 6 to shoot. And that one's good, Barnes.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
Jones from outside. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Spurs making a change here. Champagne's checked in. Let's take a look at the numbers for him.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Pass to Champagne. And the rejection by Zubac. Shot clock at 6. Here's Champagne. Hits the three-point bomb.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Done outside. Wants to get it to Zubac, and does. Jones against Barnes. Fires the three. The Clippers keep it alive.
You can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
And here is Wesley. Barnes looking around. Over Jones. And it's San Antonio with another.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Dunn passes to Harden. Drives to the hoop. Rebounded by the Spurs. GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
His size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star. Oh, man, what an incredible throwdown by the rookie Castle. Wow.
Here's Powell. He's someone who's a factor on any given night, averaging more than 22 points a game. Zubac finds Dunn. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Pass to Barnes. Here's Champagny. Back to Barnes. Now Wesley. Beyond the arc. No good. He's missed 3, and he's made 4 of the 7. Dunn passes to Zubac. Harden scanning the floor. Unloads from 13. Zubac, that's good. Now just a 1-point Spurs lead. Powell against Vassell. Pass to Barnes. Here's Wesley, and the rejection by Harden. And they'll keep possession. Fires from way outside.
They better clear a spot on the bench for him because that's where he's headed if he continues to take shots like that.
Yeah, you have to understand what you're good at and play within yourself. He just did the opposite.
Here's Zubac. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Wesley the pass to Vassell. Inside, stolen by Zubac. He lobs it up and slammed in by Jones.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Pass to Castle. Overdone. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And so Powell will bring it up for Los Angeles. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And it says a lot about you that even when you're not at your best, they definitely were still in that game and able to win comfortably.
Well, look, good teams just find ways to win, even when they aren't playing their best.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden is still a factor at age 35. He says, I'm more than a scorer, so for me, it's just impacting the game at the highest level. Kevin, he's led the league in scoring 3 times, but has also led the league in assists. So it's pretty much true. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Oh, don't forget, he rebounds as well as any guard right now in the NBA. And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Clippers with a whole new lineup now. San Antonio also making some changes. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in, and it's Johnson in for Castle. There's 1:38 left to play here in the first. Christie the pass to Miller. On the wing, Batum. 5 to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Christie can't make it. San Antonio's gone 4 of 8 on their 3-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside here in the first quarter. Wesley against Christie. Wesley the pass to Mamu Kelishvili. Lets it go from deep. Vassell, no good. The Clippers trail. Miller outside. Outside for Batum. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
And that pass-first nature of Simmons, outstanding at understanding when his teammates are open.
Here's Vassell. Off target from outside. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Ben Simmons free throw. Taking 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. And Los Angeles with some changes. Eubanks, he's checked in for Miller. And it's Brown in for Christie. Good on the second free throw. 20 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's McLaughlin. Pass to Mamu Kalashvili. It's his first trip to the line.
At the line for the Spurs, Sandro Mamukelafilo. 2 shots.
That one is off. Can't make the second free throw either. Listen both. What a performance for Ivica Zubac. He's been the story for Los Angeles. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. We've got more in store for you right after this. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
On the court right now for the Spurs, we've got Barnes. He's out there with Castle. And it's Wesley in at the point. Batum wide open. He fires. Drills the three-pointer. Batum's got 6.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Nicholas Batum. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot, can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
First one falls for him. Well, Stan, when the Spurs landed the first overall pick in the draft, their fortunes changed back on May 16th, 2023.
Look, Kevin, the hardest thing for any franchise is to find the guy that you can build everything around. When they got Wembanyama, that dream came true for San Antonio, and they've got the guy they can build this franchise around for years to come.
Outside, Simmons. Here's Powell, and he lays it straight in. Powell's got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Wesley against Simmons. Clock at 6. That's a 2 from Barnes. Drained for 2 points. He's got 17.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Zubac kicks to Bogdanovich. Over Castle, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
And that's cash. Bogdanovich is a legitimate threat to burn you from that mid-range.
The kick out to Barnes. They set the pick. Wesley the pass to Champagny. And here's Barnes for three. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And let's see, guys, if that triggers another little explosion from him after hitting 3 triples in that first quarter.
Don't sleep on Simmons' athleticism. He still has the ability to hammer down those alley-oops.
Champagny passes to Barnes. Shoots over Batum. No good off the back of the rim. Clippers leading by 5. Poke loose. Out of bounds. Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see which teams made the most of their opportunities on the offensive glass this month. The Clippers, number 1.
They have been aggressive underneath. I mean, they're playing with a physicality that you don't often see, and it's led to a lot of second chance points.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
And you know what to do. Let's see those moves. Get down. Let's see those moves. No thanks.
With some changes. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Batum. Dunn comes in for Powell. And James Harden has subbed in for Ben Simmons. The Spurs also with the sub. Biombo's checked in. Jones, the pass to Dunn. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Zubac with the screen for Harden. And again for 3.
And now, for this franchise, he's hit the most threes in a single season.
His incredible range stretches out the defense on a nightly basis. It's an invaluable element to this offense. Now, here's Biombo. Zubac defending. Barnes with another miss.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And stolen by Barnes. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Harden against Wesley. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Champagny. Lets it go from 14. Good as the jump shot falls. Champagny's got 5.
Well, that's taken full advantage of the opening. The defense probably willing to give him that one, but I like that he's capitalizing on it.
Zubac with the screen for Jones. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Pass to Biombo. Here's Champagny. He's covered by Bogdanovich. And here's Barnes for 3. Looks good. Is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
Biombo with the block. Pass to Castle. Here's Wesley. And here is Barnes. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. This league, Stan, is so deep with talent. Are there any players who you think get overlooked in the conversation?
That's a great question, Kevin. I mean, there are some guys who I think get underrated because they play with other guys who are so talented and draw the attention. One guy that I have really seen lately that I think has been better than people think is Grayson Allen, the best three-point shooter or one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA and a very underrated defender.
And he's evolving, isn't he? Looks like he's working on other parts of his game, but he's always been able to shoot, which has been his calling card.
And he's a much more athletic guy than people give him credit for.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
High post, Zubac. Doubled by Vassell. Launches it from deep. The rebound by Champagnie.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
Barnes passes to Champagnie. And the wide-open shot from Paul, offline with his three.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Harden against Paul. And Harden with the stuff.
All the way up. The beard. Well, those were two loud points.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Keldon Johnson.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Paul with the ball. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Trailblazers in Portland. Johnson, the pass to Mamu Kelishvili. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Paul. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Paul's got his first bucket of the night.
And in the mid-range, Paul is so dangerous. He has a lot of angles he likes in that area.
Here's Dunn. His three-pointer's off the mark. Spurs trail by 4. Now, here's Vassell. He's coming off a 28-point game against Portland. Stolen by Zubac. Outside, Jones. Pass to Dunn. Here's Zubac. Johnson with the rebound.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Paul passes to Johnson. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. Vassell wide open. And it's San Antonio with another.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Simmons, he's checked in for Zubac. The Spurs also changing it up. Branham's checked in, and Jordan McLaughlin subbed in for Paul. Los Angeles has gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, the Clippers are inaugurating their new arena this season, and they're set to host the All-Star Game next season. It will mark the 7th time that the LA area has hosted the All-Star facilities. Kevin, there will be no shortage of stars in attendance.
That's always the way it is in LA. You're so right, David. It ought to be quite a spectacle. San Antonio making a switch here. Castle's checked in. The free throw drops for Powell. You coach Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet. There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Now it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And what's remarkable is how complete Harden's game is. Making shots or making passes, he can create points in a number of ways.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player, I am the system"?
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that. But Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
Here's Branham. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Branham's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Powell. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. Well, some great passers have come into the league this season. Let's see which rookies are tops in assists. You look at Castle, 3rd in assists and a great leader.
A number of gifted passers entering the NBA this season, and he's right up there among the very best. I like what I've seen from him as a distributor.
That free throw, no good. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Bogdan Bogdanović comes in for Dunn. And San Antonio also making a switch. Wesley's checked in. And he sinks the second. Clippers leading by 4. And here is Powell. 9 points in the game so far. It's good from long range.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
Johnson, the pass to Mamu Kelishvili.
2 minutes remain in the first half.
The 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Batum. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
An all-around player, one of Batum's roles is to make the defense pay when they leave someone open.
Wesley, the pass to Johnson. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. That shot is off. Simmons with the defensive effort. Pass to Harden. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. 1:03 left here in the second. On the wing, Johnson. Here's Branham. Here's Wesley. Buries it from three-point range. Wesley's got 5 now.
Over the taller defender. This is why you have to stay connected to shooters on the perimeter.
Yeah, you get a little more space out there to operate, and that helps him find the room he needs.
He has gotten into a great rhythm here in this quarter, playing with just bundles of confidence.
Pass to Branham. Here's Mamu Kelishvili, guarded by Simmons. Los Angeles leading by 8. Bogdanovich passes to Harden. On the wing, Batum. The rebound by the Spurs. Fires away from outside. And so it's Los Angeles holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Here with Ty Lue, good rhythm for your offense in the first half. What did you like about the start?
Moving the basketball, taking the right shot, making the right play. When we make the extra pass, we're a tough team to beat.
And you were sure tough in the first half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums, please. They're thinking about the shot. Oh, so close. So close. Yeah, let's hear it for the...
Welcome in for halftime. And what's on tap, you ask? I can answer that. So far, it's been a nice outing for the Los Angeles Clippers. Fellas, I was just wondering if you played in the league these days, what do you think would be different compared to when you did play?
Oh, my goodness. I make a lot more money, Ernie, than I did in my playing days, especially if you consider that all guys do is dunk and shoot threes, and as many threes as I did, oh, my God.
Yeah, and I'd be out there getting every rebound and slamming Kenny's bricks for the putback slams, because none of these bigs today want any piece of prime Diesel.
So let me get this straight. You would both be amazing. What a shock. And now let's talk about our featured game. It was a solid first half for the Clippers.
When you take care of the boards, usually things turn out well, unless you're getting shot out the gym.
Which hasn't happened yet.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you, 2 quarters in the books. And you know, Harrison Barnes has really been making it happen, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for San Antonio. 8-point game. Jones and Zubats make up the 4 and the 5. Dunn is out there with Harden, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. LA has gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Back to Harden. Zubats a screen on Paul. Such a wide open look. Harden's got 12.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
Puts up a 3. Vassell, no good.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Pass to Dunn. Zubats with it. And the layup is good. 10 points for him.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Paul passes to Vassell. Barnes outside. In for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
Powell kicks to Dunn. Jones sets the pick for Dunn. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Castle. The Clippers shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
The free throw drops in for Dunn. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Powell, no one around him, sinks the triple. And now it's a 12-point Clipper lead.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Barnes down low. Working on Jones. Barnes can't get it to go. Clippers leading by 12. Pass to Powell. Up top, Zubac. Covered by Biyombo. Now, here's Zubac. He's guarded closely.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Call a screen on Powell. Vassell, no good. LA's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. Back to Harden. Pass to Powell. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
You know, they've hit the ground running to begin the second half. 4 for 5 so far.
San Antonio calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Kelishvili passes to Champagny. Crosses over, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Let's see the stat sheet here on Chris Paul. Breaking down his play since the All-Star break. He's putting up 13 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And with the ball in his hands, he is an outstanding distributor.
Well, he is so unselfish. That's why guys love playing alongside him.
The first one falls. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
The 10-footer, and too long on the shot. Spurs trail by 12. Pass to Kelishvili. Now Barnes. Makes it off the glass. Barnes has got 31 points.
Well, he's playing great tonight, but not quite well enough to carry the entire team. They need to find some other contributors.
Harden left side. Over Paul. Harden, that's good. Harden's got 4 points in the quarter.
And over the last few years, we've seen Harden embrace the mid-range jumper, and it is paying dividends.
Pass to Champagny. 6 to shoot. That's a 2 from Barnes. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Jones rebounds San Antonio. Champagny's got his 4th rebound in this one. Barnes finds Paul. Lets it go with a 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Paul's got it back down to within single digits for the Spurs. And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
Hands down. Get ready, everyone. You see yourself on the screen, and you show us your best move. Come on, let's go. Dancing machine. All right, let's see it. Next dancer.
And the Clippers making a change here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Let's pause for a moment to show you the teams that have been the best on the glass over the course of the month. The Clippers, number 1.
I mean, they've taken their rebounding to another level, getting physical and playing with a ton of energy.
Zubac finds Jones. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Powell for 3. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Bogdanovich, no luck.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Here's Barnes. Plays it up and banks it in. Barnes has got 33.
Well, sometimes you tell players you can have a good game and a loss. You've just got to keep doing what you're doing, and the rest of us have to figure it out.
And that one is good from Zubac.
In Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Here's Paul. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Powell's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Zubac. Now here's Powell. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Let's check out the standings in the Western Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. You look at the Clippers. Right now, if the playoffs started, they would have the 7th seed. And, of course, San Antonio. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And checking out San Antonio, they're going to stumble towards the finish line this season with the playoffs nowhere near a possibility.
Yeah, and for the front office in particular, the focus is shifting to the offseason and what steps they can take to elevate this team to more competitive footing.
And let's face it, James Harden, one of the most dangerous offensive weapons this league has ever seen, still has got the skills.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Clippers.
Well, you've got to like that they're not settling. They're attacking the defense on the drive and creating great looks.
And they've been working things through the post tonight, flexing their strength on the block.
And he's good on the second. Stan, you always emphasize defense. What do you make of the offensive surge in the NBA today?
Well, Kevin, look, skill level is the best it's ever been. Shooting range is incredible, which makes defenses have to defend more and more of the court. Rules and officiating favor the offense. It's never been harder to defend in the NBA.
It sure looks that way. You're right. Cans it from downtown. Bogdanovich has got his second basket of the night.
Bogdanovich, clearly a problem from deep.
Here's Wesley. What a terrific move that was.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside. He pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Pass to Johnson. Here's Champagnie. They set the pick. Shoots over Powell, and that one's good. Champagnie. Champagnie's got 9. Harden dishes to Powell. And here's Bogdanovich. Now Zubac. He's got 14. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulls up. High post. Bogdanovich, no luck.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Wesley. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. Great D that time from Batum.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
But 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. Pass to Wesley. Plenty of space. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Wesley's got 4 points this quarter. Harden the pass to Bogdanovich. Back to Harden. Zubac a screen on Wesley. Lets it go from the wing. Powell, that's good. Powell's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Biombo, the pass to Mamu Kelishvili. Great D that time from Batum. Clippers leading by 14. That fall. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Batum's got 8.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Wesley. Batum grabs the miss. Batum's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Pass to Harden. The tray. Here's Zubac. Score the basket. His 8 for 13 from the floor.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Well, Johnson is never one to take a play off, and his hustle let him be in position for that block.
Pass to Biombo. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. Oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a strong, positive note.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Clippers lead by 16. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammate.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the floor for San Antonio starting the 4th quarter. In the backcourt, it's the veteran Paul paired with Castle. Then it's Barnes, and it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the 5 down low.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
He's got ball. Pass to Barnes. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Stolen by Zubac. Here's Dunn. Banked in off the glass.
And loving the strategy. Even though you're well ahead, you want to stay in attack mode.
Yeah, you got to keep going at him. You don't want to leave any hope for a comeback.
Shoots the 3. Nailed from three-point land. And the Clippers lead by 21.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Here's Wesley. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Bogdanovich. And they recover it.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots and you build the lead.
Pass to Castle. They need this. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers leading by 23. Foul for 3. That one's not going to go.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Castle. Spurs passing it around. They set the pick. Here's Barnes. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. At the top of the key, Batum. The 3 from Bogdanovich. Good on the triple.
Well, that's Bogdanovich's main role on this team. Drill threes.
Barnes outside. Three-pointer. That one, no good.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
San Antonio's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Foul for 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. Mamu Kelishvili has got 6 rebounds in the game. Barnes. Pass to Wesley. Greg, a lot of parity around the NBA. You think fans like that?
It's a great question, Kevin. And there are trade-offs, but as a league, you've got to foster competition and live with the results. And the reality is, doesn't it feel better when there are more teams that have a legitimate chance to win it all?
And Bogdanovich kicks to Dunn. Batum passes to Zubac. Outside Bogdanovich. Foul for 3. Hits it from three-point range. Powell's got 27.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire 4th quarter.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot. But when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding.
Back to Batum. Pass to Bogdanovich. Zubac, a screen on Barnes. They get it back. Zubac, that's good. 20 points for him.
Yeah, secures the ball off the glass. Does a nice job going right back up.
Ball finds Barnes. They need this one. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Bogdanovich goes in.
And I want to see more of this. Bogdan getting assertive and just forcing his will on the D.
And the NBA coach has made sure franchises can't sell their future via draft picks in a trade. What do you think of that?
I think it was probably a good idea because, you know, all of us, coaches, maybe even more than GMs, but organizations get to a point that you want to win so badly in the present that you're willing to just sacrifice the future, and that can lead to some very bad teams down the road, and the NBA doesn't want that.
Yeah, and we've seen that. You're right, a lot of examples. And so Bogdanovich nails both of them.
And you know, few guys play their role better than Bogdanovich. And by that, I mean he's often exceeding expectations and giving his squad more than they asked for.
And the rejection by Zubats. Flowers the pass to Bogdanovich. To the middle, Zubats. That fall. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Zubats has got 22 points.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Ball a screen on Bogdanovich. Here's Castle. And he's good on the three ball.
And in nailing the three there, he puts a lid on what's been a huge run by Los Angeles.
Here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
And this is how Simmons puts up points. He challenges you close at the rim more often than not, having the physical advantage.
And here's Barnes for three, and the three ball is good. Barnes has got 11 in the second half. Zubats a screen on Vassell. Connects from three-point range.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
And landing zone fouls have been a part of the rule book for some time now, Coach. It's changed how shooters shoot.
No question, Kevin, and it's a good thing, I think. The NBA needs to protect the shooters. They're doing that. None of us wants injuries that could be prevented. We don't want to see the great shooters just come down and land on somebody's foot and miss 6 to 8 weeks.
To the inside. Barnes can't get it to go. LA has gone over and over to the three-point shot in the fourth quarter. 4 of 9. Zubats with the screen for Simmons. Over Paul. No good from Simmons. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Spurs. Picked off in midair. Outside Bogdanovich. Simmons looking it over. Flower. Covered by Vassell. And Simmons kicks to Bogdanovich. Off target with his three. San Antonio's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. And the basket by Castle.
A bigger guard, 6'6" Castle, can just overwhelm defenders. Impressive for his age.
Out to the wing. Wide open look here for Zubats. And it's good, assisting on the play with Simmons.
Well, I know we don't want to jinx it, but he's still perfect from the field in this quarter.
Vassell, no good.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively. It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Here's Paul, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Ben Simmons.
Oh, clever play by Paul. He makes sure to get some contact and draw the foul.
And that one falls for Paul. Greg, every year we have the Best Teammate Award. What are some of those qualities that you admire in a great teammate?
You know, Kevin, you want guys who make you better and who make it fun to come to work every day. In the end, teammates are like family. So trust, commitment, and just enjoying being with one another, it matters. And Paul is truly the prototypical point guard. He's got a high IQ, takes care of the ball, and he prioritizes setting up his teammates.
No good from Zubats. And San Antonio shooting the ball at 42%. Paul passes to Vassell. Now here's Barnes. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Clippers ball.
They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
A shot by Harden, wide open. Here's Zubats, and the dunk by Zubats.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards. Well, clearly some sort of defensive breakdown there. He is not the kind of guy you give room to at the arc.
Bogdanovich passes to Zubac. Fades. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Zubac has got 12 now in this quarter.
Well, he's been dialed in. Very efficient here in the second half.
Ball is screen on Jones. And here's Barnes for three.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Los Angeles.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47.
And on the season, this is going to be their third win in 4 games against this team.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Zubac.
He has really stood out tonight with his work on the glass. You can see the extra effort coming through.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Harden outside. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much here with James Harden. James, this team adds onto its win streak. How important are nights like this as you move forward?
It was huge, man. We did an amazing job. We're continuing to get better offensively and defensively. Guys are stepping up, so we got a long way to go, but we're in the right direction.
It is not where you start, but where you finish. Congrats on the win. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sport. And now, our player of the game, Ivica Zubac.